How would you like to learn how to actually grow through your circumstances and not just go through your circumstances? Hey there, beautiful people. It's Betsy, and welcome to A Minute of Wisdom. Happy Monday. Hope everybody's week has gotten off to an amazing start. Mine sure has. I'm so excited. We are finally back out of the 90s and into the 70s, and that makes me very, very happy. I'm so not ready for summer yet. How's everybody doing? How's the weather where you guys are? Hello, Miss Maxine. Thanks for joining. How's the weather where you guys are? What's going on? Let me know. How's life? Anything new? Let me know what's going on. Today, I am going to shine a big light on all the circumstances that are going on in your life right now. All those things that you believe are the reasons why you can't step into that vision. All those big fat excuses that you have why you can't step into that dream that you have in your heart. And I'm going to show you why those circumstances can actually be a stepping stone to propel you forward instead of a big old stumbling block that can hold you back. So I'm sure you've heard me say like a million times at least that what you focus on longest becomes strongest in your life, right? Drop a yes in the comments if you've ever heard me say that. And guys, that's an absolute fact, okay? You see, on one side of your life, you've got this big dream, okay? You've got something that God has placed in your heart, something that you really want to do. The reason why you got into this industry to begin with, maybe you want to quit your job, maybe you want to spend more time with your family, maybe you want a new home to be able to vacation more, just to be able to do more things, to have more freedom, to give more things away, to be able to give more to your favorite charity, whatever that dream is over here. And on the other side over here, you've got all your big fat pile of circumstances, okay? Not enough money, not enough time, not enough skills. Maybe you've got some sort of an illness. Maybe you have a parent or a family member that you're having to take care of or something like that. And this list could go on and on and on. First of all, I need you to understand that I'm absolutely 100% not taking your circumstances lightly, so please understand that. But on the other hand, guys, we all have them. Yes, some of them are way worse than others, and I understand that too, but we all have circumstances, And interestingly enough, it wasn't until I was in this big old pit and somebody said to me, I guarantee you right now that there's somebody out there in a way, way worse situation than you are right now that is running circles around what you want to do in your life. And back then I had a really big dream, initially it kind of really ticked me off, I gotta say, but eventually it got me to look at things from a different perspective, okay? So I'm going to show you an example from my friend Joseph in the Bible, who is probably one of my all-time favorites. Actually, he probably is my all-time favorite character. And if you haven't read his story, it's in Genesis 37 through 50, I think. And if you're an entrepreneur, especially a network marketer, this is an incredible story for you to not just read, but to read over and over and over again, because it's going to give you great hope as you travel along your entrepreneurial path. So Joseph has this great dream. God gives him this big dream, and he makes the mistake of telling his brothers about it, and that really, really aggravates them. So as a side note here, be careful who you're sharing your dream with, okay? Because not everybody is going to be as excited about them as you are. Okay, so that was kind of a squirrel. Anyway, you're going to have all kinds of people that will tell you why you can't, okay? So anyway, forget that. Joseph and his brothers, they're all out one day, and his brothers are still really ticked off at him. And so they get this thought that they're going to kill him, okay? But they decided instead of killing him, they're just going to sell him into slavery in Egypt to this guy named Potiphar. So if Joseph were to kind of immediately assess his situation, his circumstances, he would probably say that he was in a really, really crappy situation, okay? But here's the really cool thing, guys, and you really, really need to read this story if you haven't, because God is so way cool, okay? If Joseph hadn't been sold into slavery by his brothers to Potiphar, okay, he would never have been in Potiphar's house to have the confrontation with Potiphar's wife, who chose to lie about it and have him thrown into prison, okay? If he wasn't in prison, he never would have had the opportunity to interpret the dreams of Pharaoh's officers. And if he hadn't interpreted their dreams, he would never have been summoned to interpret Pharaoh's dreams 2 years later, okay? And if he hadn't interpreted Pharaoh's dream, Pharaoh would never have promoted him to become the prime minister over the entire Egyptian empire, second only to Pharaoh. Original dream from God, completely and totally fulfilled. Boom. Okay? And you think you've got troubles, huh? But seriously, as you're reading the story of Joseph's life, it just looks like he's this like poor guy that just can't catch a break. Do you ever feel like that? Like all these things keep piling on you and you just can't catch a break, that one thing after the other keeps happening? Well, that's what was happening to Joseph, okay? Until the very end. So maybe, just maybe, it's time to stop looking at your circumstances as big fat problems and start looking at them as stepping stones, okay? And asking yourself this question: what am I supposed to be learning in this situation right now? Not, oh, please God, please make it go away. Please make it go away. Please make it go away. You see, even though his circumstances were really, really, really raunchy, Joseph never got bitter, he never complained, and he maintained a good attitude every single day. So let me ask you, can you say that about your circumstances right now? That's why Joseph continued to get promoted, okay? And if you ask this question, what am I supposed to be learning in this situation right now? God is always going to give you an answer. Because here's the deal, guys. He doesn't want you to stay in that, to stay stuck in that mess that you're in any more than you want to be there. He doesn't want you to take 40 years to make an 11-day trip. No matter where you are or what your circumstances are right now, what you need to remember is God is right smack dab right there in the middle of what's going on, whether you see him or not. And he is working behind the scenes to make a way where there seems to be no way. Read Isaiah 43, okay? But if you continue to focus on the circumstances and all the things that you can't do, and you keep making excuses, or if you're whining or you're complaining about your circumstances consistently, you are never, ever, ever going to see that dream come to fruition in your life. In fact, you're just going to keep attracting more stuff to complain about. You see, Joseph went from the pit to the palace literally overnight. One day he is in jail, and the next day he is second in command over all of Egypt. And guys, here's the deal. He wasn't even an Egyptian, okay? Sure, there were years of things that happened, years of things that went down on behind the scenes before he got his promotion, okay? But what you need to realize is you could be at that place right now, okay? Right now where you might not see a way, but God has a way. And today just might be that day. But if you're focused on the problem, if you're focused on all your issues, you're never going to see the promise. So ask the question, what am I supposed to learn here? God has a purpose for you, and he needs you to get out of that mess. Fear or your insecurities or whatever, doubts, fears, unbelief, whatever it is that's keeping you stuck right now, okay? You literally can go from the pit to the palace overnight, but only if you stop focusing on the problem and start focusing on God. So guys, if you found this information helpful, I really appreciate it if you'd share it with somebody that you think might benefit. Really appreciate you taking the time to watch. Hope everybody has an amazing rest of your day. Take care. God bless.